This is my final straw. My final straw in capitalism. So the printer that I bought with money and the paper that I supply with it that costs money, the ink that I supply it with costs money, and the house that I have to plug it into, the Wi-Fi that I use to connect it to, the phone that I use to print said things to, that all cost money. I can't use the printer unless I have a subscription to it. You have to have a subscription to said printer to use the printer that I already bought with money. I know life is just a bunch of subscriptions. At this point, we subscribe to the air that we breathe. But a printer? $5 a month. $5 a month to print things that I already bought. The printer already bought. Printer paid for. Ink paid for. Paper paid for. Phone paid for. Wi-Fi paid for. Electricity paid for. Printer. Subscription. My last straw. This is it.
I feel like they've successfully subscriptionified our entire lives. Like, really, when you think about it, pretty much everything now is a subscription. Literally, just existing is a subscription. Oh, do you want to be alive for another month? Pay our monthly fees. All of your basic necessities in life have become a subscription. Even like your rent. It's a monthly fee that you pay that you have to renew at the end of the year. And then they're just going to increase the price with absolutely no improvements to the product. And you have no choice because you don't want to move or it's too expensive to. Even your subscriptions have become a subscription. They're just like, oh, are you having a hard time paying your monthly subscriptions? Well, here's an app to finance your monthly subscriptions through a monthly subscription. There's no escaping it. And by the way, they're not done. They're just getting started. Everything is, they're going to start having like subscription babies, subscription spouses, where they give you like a checkbox and you order one in the mail and then you can have the option to renew after a year if you don't like it. Which that actually sounds kind of good now that I think about it.
You ever look around and realize that you're paying monthly just to exist? Like, not to live comfortably, not to build wealth, but just to be here. You don't own your time, you don't own your home. Hell, half of us don't even own our own car. But we damn sure own the stress. They've literally turned life into a subscription box. Rent, that's your roof over your head package. Groceries, that's the try not to starve this week bundle. Car note, insurance, utilities, Wi-Fi, phone, healthcare, dental. And don't forget the taxes on the things that you've already paid for. And if you mess up the order of your bills by just one day, here comes the overdraft fee. Like a punishment for struggling incorrectly. We're not living, we're leasing survival from the same system that profits when we're drowning. And I heard somewhere they want to start charging monthly fees to unlock your car's seat warmers. For real? Is that a thing? Somebody tell me. Because this can't be life. This can't be life. But overall, this isn't just about bills, right? This is about how ownership has just been snatched out of reach, like on purpose. Our parents could buy a house on one income and still afford vacations. We can't even get a studio apartment without 5 roommates, a cosigner, and a prayer. College used to mean opportunity. Now it means $80,000 in debt for a degree that you'll probably never use. And every time you think you're catching up, they change the rules. Raise the rent, jack up the food prices, add another convenience fee. Because they don't want you to own anything. They want you tied in, logged out. Auto drafting. Just comfortable enough to not riot, but never secure enough to exhale. And the wildest part? You start blaming yourself. Like, why can't I get ahead? Why am I always behind? Because you were never supposed to win in a system where surviving comes with a monthly bill. So no, you're not lazy. You're not bad with money. You're just stuck in a country that made existence a subscription plan. And then had the nerve to blame you for struggling. And the worst part is that they don't even want you to win. They want you busy, broke, grateful, distracted, not paying attention. Because if you ever stop long enough to realize what was actually going on, you burn the whole damn game board and they know it. This country doesn't run on freedom. It runs on monthly payments and your silence. And I don't know about you, but I'm tired of auto-renewing struggle.
Subscriptions to society.
I actually find it so disrespectful that humans are literally the only species on this earth that has to pay to live. Everything feels like a fucking subscription service anymore. It's like we're forced to do this against our will, we didn't sign up for this, and everything costs too damn much. You step outside, they charge you literally like $25 to breathe. You go into Publix or Kroger or any of these luxury places, and you get yourself like two things, another $50. You're literally paying to go to work, especially if you have like a longer commute. Like, say that your job is like half an hour away, like gas really starts to like add up, and it's not cheap in a lot of places. I honestly find that a lot of people are surviving off of overdrafting bank accounts, maxing out credit cards, or just simply not giving a fuck anymore. I'm not even sure like what stage of capitalism this is anymore, but I feel like it's kind of gotten to a point where a lot of people have just stopped caring about this shit. People are sick and tired of sacrificing all of their time, slaving away, and getting absolutely nothing back. It feels like we're just kind of at a point right now where we're literally enslaving ourselves for free. The earth gave us everything that we needed in abundance for free, and it's absolutely ridiculous that we get charged out the asshole to just simply exist on a floating rock none of us even asked to be on.
It's all starting to come together. It's all starting to make sense now. At first, it didn't make no sense. A lot of people been feeling this way. Life is starting to feel like a subscription. No matter what you do, where you go, it seems like you always gotta spend money. These are the sad times that we're living in. And we don't know if it's ever gonna get better. It seems like it just gets worse daily. Price is still increasing. People still don't know what to do. People still not preparing. And it's just getting out of hand. And this wasn't by accident. Nah, this ain't by accident. This was by design. And the crazy thing is that no matter what you do, it seems to never get better. Why does everything have to feel like a subscription? Even the friendships that you in. People don't call you no more. People don't even call your phone unless they want to borrow some money. That's their subscription. And then if you can't let them borrow your money, they don't want nothing to do with you no more. You can't have fun like how you used to. Everything comes with a price. Nothing is genuine no more. It's always somebody trying to sell something. Sell you a subscription, that is. But you don't have to buy what everybody is selling. It's like they want us trapped. And Americans are starting to feel that. They're starting to wonder, where do we go from here? And the journey is just getting longer and longer. They keep telling us it's going to get better. How many times have we heard that? And every time they want to go up on the prices, you know what they do? They make the same excuses over and over. So that's why a lot of us just don't get it. How many excuses you going to keep telling the people? And then it's like your job is not giving you a raise. And then if they give you a raise, you really can't tell the difference. Let me know how many of y'all got a raise recently. And how much was it? And you ain't really got to tell me in detail how much was the raise. I'm just saying, can you tell the difference? I can't tell the difference. And then you can't even play the game system no more without having fun. You got to really get online to have fun. And online used to be free. They started charging for that. Anything they could think of to charge somebody a price, they gonna do it. It never fails. So you have to ask yourself, what do they think of the people? Why they gonna keep taking advantage of us? You know? Why should we have to pay for everything? And then on top of that, the things that you pay for, half of the time, you don't even get your money's worth. That's the sad part. And they keep saying it's gonna get better. I don't think so. Let me know if you think it's gonna get better. They've been telling us that for a long time. Can't believe it though. You do gotta pay for everything. And I was reading this article online that was talking about the Mega Millions. I know some of y'all don't gamble, but they was talking about the Mega Millions. But in reality, they said the Mega Millions ticket sales went down because they raised the price from $2 to $5. Ever since they raised the price, people stopped buying them. It just didn't make sense. And then it's like, you go to work just to be broke. You paying just to live, and you barely living. And then you gotta overdraft your bank account every pay period. I know the feeling. I've been there. Why? Why is life like this? All these years we've been growing up, nobody never taught us how life would be. They never prepared us for this. It's like you feel like you've been fed bullcrap your whole life until you get older. And then you realize, wow, I was really unprepared for what life has in store for me. Everybody can relate to that. So let me know how you've been feeling this way lately. Because this don't make no sense. Everybody know this don't make no sense. And just leave it in the comments. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one.